Oh yeah. Wait a minute, girl, can you slow down? Wait a minute, girl, what's the rush now? I wanna introduce myself to you. My name is one-on-one guy to prefer now. I like the way you put your fists together. I like the way you do your hair in the morning. I see why all the boys want you, girl. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with the video where we're going to be talking about the Washington Commanders potentially finding their backup quarterback of the future. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Also, do me a huge favor and check out my new channel, Juan Gotti TV. On that channel, that's the other side of me where we're going to be tapping into me talking about the DMV and just embracing the DMV culture, man, and PG County and DC and all that, just talking about that, the reacting to the music scene, the food, the clothing, just everything DMV is going to be on that channel. So please go ahead and check that out if that interests you. I know majority of us are from the DMV, whether you're from DC, Maryland, or Virginia. So that should be something else that you guys potentially could be interested in. So go ahead and check it out. Juan Gotti TV is the channel name again. And go ahead and give me a follow and subscribe. Thank you so much. Now, with that out the way, let's get straight into today's video. So, the Washington Commanders, they potentially could have found their backup quarterback of the future. They have signed undrafted quarterback Tim DeMorat out of Fordham. Now, they did this a couple days ago, but I'm just now getting to it because I had to do some research and I wanted to see what this guy has. And he potentially could be the backup quarterback of the future. You know what I'm saying? He is a guy that possesses a really good arm. He is pretty much a pocket passer, doesn't have that much of mobility, and you'll get to hear that once we get to the strengths and weaknesses of this guy. But the positive about that, because you guys know me, I would prefer to have a guy that kind of mirrors Sam Howell, that has the arm ability but also the athletic ability. However, Jacoby Brissett is here right now as the second quarterback. He is pretty much a pocket passer. So it's kind of good in a sense because Tim Fordham could learn from Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett could kind of mentor him in a sense. So showing him how it is, how it's done at this level during practice, and hopefully it's just practice and he doesn't have to actually play. But Jacoby Brissett has a ton of playing experience, so he can rely on that to show this guy, so he can then take over the backup quarterback of the future. He is had a really good college career. Tim Fordham, 6'3", about I want to say about 220 something, and he had a really solid career at Fordham. If you follow Fordham football, you should know who this guy is. And let's go ahead and actually take a look at his article and take a look at who he is and what did he do in college. So he's 6'4", actually, 220. And Tim DeMorat began his college career at Fordham in 2018, starting 8 games for the Rams and playing in a total of 10 that season. DeMorat was 148 for 264 for 1,633 yards and 11 touchdowns and 6 interceptions in his second season in the Bronx. DeMorat was 232 for 392 for 2,674 yards, throwing 20 touchdowns and 11 interceptions in 12 appearances for the Rams. In the COVID-19 shortened 2020 season, in which there were only 3 games, DeMorat was 93 of 120 for 1,049 yards while throwing almost as many touchdowns, 5 as interceptions, 3. During his 4th season with the Rams, DeMorat was 234 over 400, throwing for marveling 31 touchdowns against only 9 interceptions, while only missing 1 of the Rams' 12 games that season. In his final season in the Empire State, DeMorat went off in a good way. He was 326 yards over 499 yards, astonishing, 4,891 yards with a mind-boggling 56 touchdowns against a minuscule 10 interceptions. Let me read that again for you guys. He had an astonishing 4,891 891 yards with a mind-boggling 56 touchdowns against a minuscule of 10 interceptions while playing in all 12 games this season. Hey, Slim, I don't care what level of football you play. If you're throwing 56 touchdowns a season, you need to be on the Washington Commanders. 56 touchdowns to only 10 interceptions. That is crazy. That is crazy. Hey, y'all, he's an undrafted free agent, and he's a guy that I'm going to pay close attention to this mini camp, this OTAs, this training camp, and I hope he makes it to preseason and he can get some burn. Man, that is some stats. That is some stats. He started off a little slow, but then he finished strong, and especially his last 2 seasons. Let's look at some of his strengths, though. He's a durable player, played in 48 out of 51 of the games in the 5 seasons, which is really good. Natural athlete. He's naturally athletic, I should say. He's a leader, will call audibles at the line if necessary, so that's great. Being a quarterback, you know you need to be a leader at the helm and have that voice in the locker room. You know, that's good. He has the size and build of a prototypical NFL quarterback, against 6'4", 220. That is the typical quarterback size that you would love and want and see on your team. He has ability to pick up yards with his feet on busted plays. So again, this guy isn't no statue or anything, but obviously passing the ball and slinging a rock is more of what he does than running. So some of his weaknesses, he struggles with leaving the pocket at times. He holds the ball too long. He comes from a smaller conference, the Patriot League Conference, which obviously people are going to make a big thing out of that. But I don't care what anybody says. What my guy, Taylor Heineke, didn't play in the strongest league. But look at him now. He's going to be a key back. He was a key backup here in Washington. He's going to be a key backup there in Atlanta. And potentially, who knows, he may see some time there in Atlanta. So to me, division doesn't matter. Yes, I would love for you to play in the SEC. Yes, I would love that. But I don't care what division you play in, man. As long as you got heart, as long as you actually can perform at this level and you show it, I don't care where you come from. I don't care if you came from a high school team. If you can play at this level, you can play at this level, man. Does not like throwing over the middle of the field, so that is a little bit concerning because he may hesitate to throw across the middle of the field when it's a wide open receiver. But then again, you look at it, it may be like, you know, maybe he's just, you know, he's scared, but he's like being careful. And you know, throwing across the middle of the field can be dangerous at times. You could like get your receiver lit up. You could potentially force it into triple coverage and stuff like that, and just make a bad read. So yeah, that's a weakness, that because he doesn't have the balls to do it in a sense, but he's protecting the football, so at least he's not turning it over. That's how I look at it. And then the accuracy / consistent ball placement is an issue. So that last one, yeah, that is a little bit concerning, but that's something that he can work on, especially at the next level. So it ain't nothing too serious. And they said his NFL comparison is Drew Lock, and team needs at the with this position, or it says teams with this position of need, the Washington Commanders is on the list. So he's here in Washington. I like this pickup. I hope he could potentially turn into something. I hope he lights it up at rookie minicamp that's coming up, I want to say this week, actually. And he could potentially make it through OTAs, and then he gets to training camp and he can light it up, man, because we are in the need for our third quarterback. Again, I don't feel comfortable with just Sam Howell and Jacoby Brissett. I need to have at least three quarterbacks on this active roster, man. At least. You know, because with us being Washington fans, we know at any point in time, the wheels can fall off of the season and you can see DeMorat playing. You know, and I hope none of that happens. I hope Sam Howell's the guy. I hope all this stuff that just continue to happen with Washington, that hunts Washington at the quarterback position, is all gone with Dan Snyder leaving. But again, I would much rather be prepared than don't be prepared. So be smart. Have 3 quarterbacks, and hopefully DeMorat can compete for that position. Maybe he's competing with Jake Fromm. I really don't know anybody else that we brought in that could really be in the competition or running for the third quarterback. But I hope we're actually keeping 3. You know, because last year
We did that. We did that we did that with Carson Wentz and Taylor Heineke and Sam Howell at a point in time. But early in the season it was just Carson Wentz and Taylor Heineke. So we're used to just doing two quarterbacks, running with two quarterbacks. But hopefully now with the injuries that happened last season, we're going to go with three. Simple as that. But yeah, man, there you have it. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. What do y'all think about Tim DeMorat? I know there's somebody out there that paid close attention more to Tim DeMorat than I did. The Ford League, the Patriot Conference. I know somebody out there did. So let me know what y'all assess from this video and what y'all assess from Tim DeMorat. And would y'all like to see him make this roster? As always, it's me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, helps to watch their Commanders. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers. And please don't forget to check out my other channel, Juan Gotti TV. See you guys next time. No. Peace. Cross me one time, that's gonna get you popped. Get you popped, get you dropped. Slide on the one where they get you locked on.